Hello, HTV boxing fans. I am privileged to have with me a world renowned boxer and the current British Boxing Board of Control middleweight champion. He has 17 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw, and really needs no introduction. But I got to still tell you his name. I'm talking about Denzel Bentley. I'm going to bring him on and we're going to have a chat. Thanks for tuning into HTV. Welcome, champ.
How you doing, man? You okay?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, I must say to my audience, though, that you were a tough one to get to, but you are finally here.
Yeah, so I
So
apologize, man.
it's good. It's good. So we get right to it. Now, you recently made waves in one of the biggest stage of boxing in Las Vegas against Alim Kanuli for the WBO World Middleweight title. How did it feel like to have a shot at a world title?
It felt good, but I didn't get the full satisfaction because I didn't win. But it's nice to know that a guy from me, from a local area, could make it to that stage. So I've been there once, I can get there again, and hopefully next time capture the world title.
We definitely want to see you again. How was the experience? Is it different from what you've been used to fighting in the UK, coming to the US?
Yeah, no, most definitely, most definitely. Training in the Mayweather gym was like a box ticked. That was amazing. Just a different atmosphere. I've been the away fighter before on other cards, but just me being a very big underdog in the situation, and there wasn't a lot of acknowledgement or respect coming from the other side, but so it was different in that sense because no one really knew who I was. But I made a name for myself, and now people out there, I've made some good fans out there, some good friends, and they love to see me box in Vegas again. So it's
Definitely.
interesting.
And obviously, it wasn't the result that we all wanted. But how did you prepare for someone like Alim Kanoli?
Um, a lot of southpaw sparring. It was hard to find someone that's exactly like him. I had to get the closest thing to him, the best southpaws I could get to. But yeah, he was a great fighter. I knew he was a tricky fighter. I knew he was very skillful. So I had to prepare in the sense of just to remember that he's gonna set me up a lot of the times. So I had to be defensively responsible, more defensively responsible than anyone has seen me in any other fight, if I'm being honest. And just make sure that I finish the exchange. So when he's throwing these shots, I had to finish, the exchange.
Did you think it was a fair decision?
The scorecards, took a bit of the credit away from the fight. Fair decision. He's the home fighter. I think I gave away the first 4 rounds, even though neither of us are doing anything. But that's the champion. I have to work to get it off the champion. So, yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm just the scores were a bit wide, but I'm not complaining.
All
I'd
right.
love a rematch though.
I would want to see that. Yeah, you had. Let's get back a little bit in your career. You suffered your first defeat in 2021, going for the Commonwealth Boxing Council and the BBFC middleweight title against Felix Cash via round three TKO. How did you take it, being that it was your first?
The fact that it was the loss was very bad. There was a lot of things going on before that, but listen, I stepped in the ring, so there's no excuses for me. He won. But I took it very hard. I took it very hard, but I think it made me better. It made me realize I could do more. So that's probably what helped me, in the Janabek fight and the rest of the fights in my career. Realize I could push the boundaries. I could do more. I got to do things in a correct manner. I can't just do things anyhow. I'm a professional, so I have to act accordingly. And before that fight, I wasn't really acting accordingly, so it helped me with my professionalism.
Good, good. So big experience. Now you've gone on to win the BBB of C middleweight title, defending it once. You'll be putting it up on the line against Kieran Smith, who is 18-1. How is preparation going for that fight against
Yeah,
Smith?
preparation is going well. Another southpaw, so really just continuing with the same sparring partners I had for the Janovic fight. So preparation is going well, and to be honest, I can't wait to have this fight, man. I think I'm gonna put on a good display.
What do you think of Smith as a fighter? He's hot right now, coming off 2 wins already.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's tricky. He's tall. He's taller than me, so the height would play a factor. Southpaw. Yeah. He's a good fighter. But everyone at this level is a good fighter. So, I'm not over. Like, I'm not. Obviously, of course, I want to push on to world level world honors, but this is my chance to. If I win this, I keep the belt outright. So this is a serious fight, and I'm ready for it.
Right. Who would you want to fight after Smith? What is the ultimate goal here for Denzel Bentley?
Rematch with Janabek, man. But any of the champions, but rematch with Janabek.
Okay. Let's switch gears a little bit. You have a Ghanaian background. Ghanaians watch you, like me. We follow you. You have been to Ghana. Even I think I may have seen you spar with some boxers there some time ago. And in fact, you were recently there. I don't know how much you follow Ghana boxing, but what do you think about the state of Ghana boxing now? And when I ask you that, I'm talking about like the governing body, facilities, training, the quality of boxers. Well, what do you think?
I think it could, the governing bodies and the facilities could definitely be better. I think a lot of the Ghanaian fighters need more exposure. I think, the more Ghana put into boxing, the better it would be. But the Ghanaian boxers that are fighting abroad are doing very well. I think there was I've just forgot. Of course, you got Richard Comey, that's a former world champion, doing very well. You got Isaac Dogbe, a friend of mine, doing very well, also former world champion. Joshua Baratsi doing very well. And there's another fight. I think his name's Sean Agbeko. He was fighting out in America the other day. He just won.
Sena, He's
Sena,
not ranked by the WBC.
Yeah, doing very well also. So the ones abroad are doing very well. Ghanaians, they have some very good fighters, very tough fighters. I think we need to put more backing into them and more effort into them for them to reach higher heights.
Now that was going to be my next question, but I think you have summarized some of it in terms of how do we improve. It's kind of what I was recently telling somebody is that it seems it's like the football team. For some reason, some footballers will leave Ghana and they come outside to train and then they are getting into the Premier Leagues and stuff. And it seems like once you get out of the system, then you seem to excel. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to grow the talent in Ghana, because Dogbe and Comey and Sena, they are all outside, and even the past champions like the I caught it fought in France so many years before. So I just don't know what we can do, in terms of back home to grow talent.
It's a tricky situation, man. I think we just need to pay more attention and help the boxers, because a lot of managers and promoters wherever you go in the world they think about their own pockets and their own satisfaction. So I think the only difference is outside of Africa, the fighters have learned to be in charge a little bit more. So there's more exposure. Whereas in Ghana, there ain't more exposure. They'll probably fight for less because they feel like they need this opportunity, and there's not really much options. If you want to fight against your promoter or manager, you just won't fight. And it's like that all over the world, but just that outside of Africa, there's a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more people have more. They're more knowledgeable, and people probably have better interest at heart because maybe they have a bit more money. But there's corruption everywhere you go in the world. But it's just the situation of the country. So I think if Ghana back their fighters, listen, we'll have amazing fighters, man. We'll have a strong set of fighters. Like you said, the ones that are outside of the system are doing very well. Look at the Americans or the Eastern Europeans or the British. In their systems, they're flying. So I think we need to do the same and back our fighters and invest in them and push them.
I'm gonna ask you a tough question, then we'll go to a lighter round. If you had a 17-year-old prospect in Ghana, or 18, probably even that, a little bit getting older, but let's say 16, 17, you can see the talent. What would you do with such a boxer?
Depending on the talent and how much I'm willing to invest and how much time I have, I'll probably bring them abroad. I'll probably bring them abroad for a fairer chance. Take them around, make them gain more experience. Sparring and training with people from abroad. Just a different outlook on boxing, and I'll bring them abroad, put them in the amateur system until they're a little bit older. If they're only 16, when they're about 18 to 20, then we turn professional and take them through some fights. And yeah,
You know, I agree with you, but I did have a discussion with someone, and they were thinking that doing that is basically saying that Ghana cannot do it. But I think I agree with you in the sense that the current system is just not conducive for it. You
yeah,
know, here, 16-year-olds, some of these guys, Shaka Stevenson and the Haney's, they are winning world titles in their early 20s.
yeah, exactly.
And you have to be in the system to grow to be noticed. So you can't, even if let's say there was a great trainer in Ghana, I'm thinking, and I wanted to keep a fighter there, till how long? By the time they get here, the system has not even noticed them. So
Yeah,
I think I'll do the same thing, honestly, with what you said. But some people don't agree. But it's not like we
but
don't like our country. But
no, it's nothing to do with that. And it's not the matter of can't. It's the matter of will. Will you do it? Do you know what I mean? It's not can't. Of course they can, but will they do it? Are they willing to nurture and push them that far forward? I think another example they should do. They should put a lot more effort into the amateur system, because the better they are as amateurs, the more the country goes out and say, oh, Ghana do well in the Olympics, or Ghana do well internationally in
mhm.
boxing, and then you start looking out for Ghanaian fighters and see how well they're doing. Recently there was a boy that won the bronze medal, the Ghanaian boy.
Yeah,
What's his name? Young boy, Samuel Tachi.
Samotechi, yeah.
Samuel Tachi. Yeah, he won the bronze medal. I haven't seen him since. It's not a matter of if or can. It can happen. But from he won the medal, they should have pushed him. He should be. I don't know if he's top professional yet, but if he has, he should be a prospect, a high level prospect at this moment. Every other boxer that medaled in that Olympics, Americans, Keyshawn Davis, and all these other, they're big prospects. He should be on the
You
same level.
you make a great point. You really make a great point. Yes, and he has 10 professional. I believe he's fought his third or fourth professional bout. But not a lot has been heard of him, and I think if we don't take care, he may just go under the radar, and that will be it.
Exactly.
Hopefully, that's not the case, because the talent is there. We are just how to maneuver into the world system is the problem. Now, some light round questions before I let
Yeah.
you go. Crawford and Spence, is this happening? What's your opinion?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's as the days go past, it's looking more unlikely. It's looking more and more unlikely. I think maybe they'll fight at the weight above, but at welterweight at the moment, I can't see it, man. Especially where I've just seen pictures with Terence Crawford with Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, looking like he wants to, start doing business with Golden Boy Promotions, which is a separate promotion from Errol Spence and Al Heyman.
Yeah.
So it's not looking likely, man.
You know what they are saying is, I don't know how they brokered the deal between Garcia and Tank, the Davis, but it seems like they want to use the same channel into doing the
Oh, okay,
Crawford
that's
Spence
true.
fight.
Okay, then
Um,
maybe yeah, because it's the same people. Ryan Garcia's with Oscar De La Hoya. It makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, they are trying. Well, we will see. Which fight are you looking forward to this year?
This year they just announced Joe Joyce versus Zhang. That's a serious fight. That's a
Yeah,
that's a very
yeah,
serious fight. I think, we're still early in the year. A lot of fights haven't been announced yet, but
true,
if they
true.
can make Crawford and Spence this year, that's for me. That's the fight of the year for me.
How about Usyk and Fury?
Usyk and Fury is also a good fight. You're right. That's a good fight. That's a very good fight. But I don't know what's going on with that. Is some people are saying Fury is not accepting this, and I don't know.
All right, this is a light one, so nobody take Denzel seriously, but I'm going to put him in the spot. Who's your number one pound for pound fighter besides
Right
yourself?
now, Terence Crawford.
All right.
Terence
All
Crawford
right.
has to be.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know, but I think my go-to movie is a movie called The Usual Suspects.
The
The
Usual
Usual Suspects.
Suspects. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. What's your favorite food?
jollof rice, man.
You have to specify which kind, Ghana or Nigerian or
Of course,
Senegal.
Ghana jollof, man. After every fight, my mom makes a big pot. Everyone comes home and eats.
Nice,
We have
nice,
to
nice.
enjoy it.
Can Denzel dance?
Sometimes. It depends the mood I'm in.
Any last words to your fans and supporters around the world, and then what we should be looking forward to potentially after April?
Yeah, no, always thank you and love. I've loved the appreciation and the support. Please continue to support me. I'm here. I'm only an exciting fight, so I fight to please the crowd, and hopefully, we pray God willing after April, end of the year, we have another world title shot, and this time we capture it.
All right, thank you very much, Denzel Bentley. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
And I'll be following you.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, HTV Boxing fans. Thanks for tuning in. That was Denzel Bentley. Really appreciative of his time. Like I said, he was a tough one to catch, but he made the time for me, and I really appreciate it. In April, he's fighting Kieran Smith to defend his BBB of C middleweight title, and hopefully he gets another shot with Alim Kanoli, and hopefully another shot at another world title. But thanks for tuning in. This is the Boxing Doc, and this is HTV Boxing.